here today. The San Francisco Neighborhood Antenna Free Union, SNAFU, has filed an appeal with the Board of Supervisors of the Planning Department's decision to exempt the Google-Earthlink Wi-Fi proposal from any kind of environmental review. The Wi-Fi proposal would install up to 2,200 antennas, microwave transmitters on light and utility poles throughout the city, and we're concerned about the potential health and environmental effects from the microwave radiation used by these transmitters. The studies that have been done on the health effects of low-intensity microwave radiation from cellular phones and cellular antennas document a range of health problems, including headaches, dizziness, all the way up to lowered immune response and cancer. The radiation used by Wi-Fi networks is the same kind of radiation as that used by cellular networks and raises the same kinds of health and environmental issues. So we would like the city to follow its own precautionary principle policy and consider fully the environmental impact of this proposal before the Board of Supervisors decides whether to approve the citywide Wi-Fi network.
Anything else?
My name is Nancy Evans. That's Nancy-Evans. And I'm health science consultant for the Breast Cancer Fund here in San Francisco. The mission of the Breast Cancer Fund is to identify and advocate for the elimination of environmental causes of breast cancer. The Breast Cancer Fund has not taken a position on the Google-Earthlink Wi-Fi proposal because, like most people in San Francisco, we do not have enough information. That's why we're here today, to support the call for an environmental review before the city grants approval for this citywide Wi-Fi network. We don't know what the current exposure levels are from the 2,500 cell phone antennas already in place in San Francisco. We don't know what the levels will be when 2,200 more antennas are added, or where those antennas will be sited, or what the potential health effects of these exposures might be. But we do know that any project of this magnitude, which will involve continuous exposure of everyone in the city to electromagnetic radiation, demands an environmental review. No exceptions. Think about it. If the city were planning to spray all the trees and lawns in San Francisco with pesticides to combat West Nile virus, an environmental review would be mandatory. Or if the city planned to buy more diesel buses for Muni, an environmental review would be mandatory. However, for the Google-Earthlink Wi-Fi proposal, the city is not, I repeat, not doing an environmental review. We know that scientists and physicians from many countries are urging a precautionary approach to the deployment and expansion of wireless technologies. The handout that I have available contains a list of those resolutions and statements, as well as a list of some of the most recent studies. The people of San Francisco need to know what those studies tell us about potential health risks before this project is approved. The Breast Cancer Fund has long advocated a precautionary approach where public health is concerned. We were instrumental in the passage of San Francisco's Precautionary Principle Ordinance in 2003, an ordinance the Planning Department is now choosing to ignore. That ordinance states in part that the community has a right to know complete and accurate information on potential human health and environmental impacts associated with the selection of products, services, or plans. Failure to use a precautionary approach can be costly. Just think about tobacco, or lead, or asbestos, when corporations touted the benefits and concealed the evidence of harm. The marketing got ahead of their science. And remember the era of better things for better living through chemistry? That chemistry has invaded our lives and our bodies. All of us carry more than 200 chemicals in our bodies. And cancer has now replaced heart disease as the leading killer of Americans under age 85. Precaution means better safe than sorry. Don't wait until it's too late. Do the environmental review and show us the science. The people of San Francisco deserve no less. Thank you.
Great. Microphone?
Yes.
So first, the city should determine what those existing radiation levels are, and then correlate that to the studies that have been conducted about the health and environmental effects of those levels of radiation. And based on a careful consideration of the science, then decide whether it's prudent to add 2,200 more transmitters to this environment.
We have more than enough toxins in Bayview Hunters Point. There needs to be a health assessment done before anything is done. Well, we have an academic in Bayview Hunters Point, and we need an academic ologist to come out and test every citizen out there in Bayview Hunters Point because of all the poisonous that's in that community. But no one is paying attention because they are saying, we're giving away free Wi-Fi. But do you know how it's going to damage your health later on? No, they do not. And because something is free, it says it's okay. Well, it's not okay with me. And I want the people that's going to be watching this to understand this is not for you. It is not good for your health with all the poison we already inhaling in Bayview Hunters Point. And thank you very much.
I had one question to add.
Yes.
What do you think of the argument that making free access is going to close the, what do you call it, the digital divide for the poor?
What they need to do is go on the internet. I just took this off of the internet this morning. It's not here in America, but it's overseas. Read it. Read. Start reading about Wi-Fi. Start understanding what's going on here and how it's damaging the people. That's what they need to do, is start reading and learning. Our BBC News, not the United States news, not San Francisco news, but it's coming from overseas news to let us know here in San Francisco what the hell's going on in our city. And the Board of Supervisors, the mayor, and everyone else should read and learn what's going on and stop the madness here in Bayview Hunters Point. Get us a health risk assessment going right away within 72 hours.
Do you know what it would cost a person to be able to have the equipment they need in order to use the free Wi-Fi?
Listen, it doesn't matter to me what the cost is. What matters to me is the health of the people. I don't care. I really don't care.
You're right.
It's the health of the people. They spend more money on the jails than they do on the education of the children in California. Let's deal with that. Let's talk about that.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.